You know, Matt, when I listen to the intro sometimes, every time, I get excited, right?
Yeah, we get pumped.
We do. We're laughing at each other, listening to it, and then, so we come on today and we look down, and this is unbelievable for us. Before the show starts, there's over 100 people in the room already. It's probably more than that. There's almost 60, 70 likes already. And then as soon as the show opens, everybody comes in the room and just starts saying hello. It is like walking into your home every day, and everyone that lives in it is so excited to see you.
It's like walking into Cheers, and I'm Norm.
Why do you get to be Norm?
Norm, because you're no longer a normie, man.
Oh, I get it. Good play of words. Yes, I get it. You are Norm at this point. I just don't ever want to be Coach. Hey, little known fact that, a lightning bug will live 12 days, stuff like that. I don't want to be that guy.
That was Cliff, right? That was Cliff Clavin.
Wow, look at that, Vanessa. That's the nicest thing anybody said to me all day. It's like the third or fourth. She said, what was it? It's so funny. For the adorable at Mickey Talks with the awesome hair and pretty blue eyes. I didn't even know that blind people watch the show. I'm kidding, Vanessa. I don't know how to accept compliments. So thank you very much. Matt, today's show, I said I wanted to do it because I have heard the name General Mike Flynn so many times in this movement. I knew who he was. I knew who he was from the news and stuff, right? So I'm like, okay, General Flynn was an Army general, high up in the intelligence world. I'm just saying facts here. He was found guilty of perjury. I think it is.
Yeah, you want to get? We'll get it. I was going to give his bio.
Why don't you
first.
do that? So everybody, that you know what this show's about.
Yeah.
It is Matt and I learning why all of you revere General Mike Flynn, and the fact that we revere you all so much. We wanted to learn more about this guy.
First, though, I thought this would be interesting, man, to play this clip from Colbert.
Go ahead.
That did not age well at all.
Go ahead. I love it.
It's Colbert talking about Pizzagate and General Mike Flynn.
Let's hear it.
So where did this conspiracy theory start? Apparently, some alt-right folks were combing through Clinton campaign emails hacked by Russia and published by WikiLeaks, and noticed there seems to be more references to pizza and pizzerias than they had expected, which can only mean one thing: secret sex ring. A lot of uninformed, gullible people fell for the Clinton Podesta sex ring theory. People like Trump's pick for National Security Advisor, Michael Flynn, who tweeted out a link writing, "New Hillary emails, money laundering, sex crimes with children, etc. must read," introducing it, "You decide." Okay, then I decide a guy who spreads this bull shouldn't be in charge of national security.
Oh, listen to those. Cheers, Mick. Listen to them.
And I would like to declare that a guy who has the biggest late night talk show in America saying people like that are liars and full of shit should not have a TV show, you entitled prick. Well, you overeducated douchebag.
You ready to be creeped
part
out?
of the problem, asshole.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I agree with you. Listen, here, this will creep you out, too. This is from back in the day. Then we'll get to General Flynn.
I must appease him with the gift of a man-child. Come to me.
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
2012. This is 2012.
I must feed you. I must feed you to the northwest. Don't take him. Don't take the baby. Take the baby. Don't eat me.
Mug.
I'm sure the baby will be fine.
That's not creepy at all, is it?
Listen, I would like to talk directly to Stephen Colbert. You smug, arrogant dickhead. You pompous moron. You elitist piece of shit that refused to even give a man who spent his entire life defending, protecting this country. You mock him, and then you mock a story where they're literally sex trafficking children and call it a lie, you, my friend, deserve to never be heard from again. You want to talk about cancel culture? You're the fucking dickheads that did all this shit.
No, we're going to break the swear jar.
I don't care.
We go.
Matt, I believe the community is going to fill this swear jar for me because the things we're saying are what everyone thinks.
I know.
And no one until now
I'd love to see what he's saying now.
I'd
love to see what he's saying now because I haven't had a chance to research like if he's backpedaling. And
Matt, I know that date faggot, whatever you want to call it, that those guys call it, date fagging, when you predict things. I'm telling you, what's got to happen are these shows need to come together. Our show, I mean, they are. I'm saying there are new media networks coming, and the people that are joining together in this movement are what is going to make it all come to light. I believe, and community.
Well, it's the wonderful supporters that actually are making it happen, which is beautiful.
We are nothing more, you and I, than the doormen to the truth building. And if you want to come into the truth building, you are welcome. And here's a way to do it. We'll introduce you to everybody that you said was full of shit. And these people all have receipts. Here's your receipt. Play it again, Matt. Do you still have the
I pull it? You want to pull it back in? I'll pull it back in.
Yeah, pull that back in because interestingly, I want people to actually take the time to realize that this stuff was done on national television in front of the world from a voice of authority. This is what the world was told is the truth. Go ahead.
Look, I got to be honest, though. I'd probably be one of the people laughing at this whole thing back in whatever this was. I guess it was 2016 or 17, right?
Yep.
But listen to him.
So where did this conspiracy theory start? Apparently, some alt-right folks were combing through Clinton campaign emails hacked by Russia and published by WikiLeaks and noticed there seems to be more references to pizza and pizzerias than they had expected, which can only mean one thing: secret sex ring.
Now you got to give him credit right there. He was right. He admitted it. It could only mean one thing: a secret sex ring. And then the dickhead keeps talking and then starts mocking it. So as far as I'm concerned, I love the fact, I love this fact, that when all this stuff is coming out, we get to go back and say, who was the lunatic that sat here and said, oh, these alt-right lunatics are crazy?
Yeah, and look, they ruined people. Liz Crokin, they ruined her career.
No, they didn't. They temporarily sabotaged it.
Yeah, but it had to be some hard years for her. And then, him bashing General Michael Flynn.
Dude,
as well.
This is why I think a lot of people, and I want to speak to the OGs and the 2.0s, most of this audience, just hear me out as the new guy for a second. The reverence and respect that I have for this community can only, in my eyes, be explained one way. Matt, you and I were part of mainstream media. Now, luckily, we were on a beer and tit show. Right station.
Rock music,
the fun, dancing girls, stripper. That's who we were. We never hit it. Drink Budweiser, wear the American flag with pride, AC/DC and Led Zeppelin. We loved it all. So we never were involved in the information world. We were in the party world. So then we come over from the party world knowing how that works and threw ourselves right into this, right? And then all of a sudden, the community goes, hey, these guys are entertaining. And they're entertaining us with the truth. Now, this is what I want to tell this community. The guys before us are the real deal. We're nothing more.
We're a bridge.
We're their mouthpiece.
What we're hoping to be. Yeah.
The community, I don't want you to think for 1 second that Matt or I are attempting to guide the community. We're being guided. And all we're doing is putting it out there for people after us that are coming in droves now to understand where it all came from.
Yeah, and hopefully, small chunks, small understandable chunks,
But these douchebags, man, I mean, if that guy had any stones at all, he would come on television today and go, listen, There's a video from 2000 whatever where I mocked General Flynn about the child trafficking thing. I'm ashamed. I believed what I was reading at the time. I trusted the mainstream media. I was wrong. I apologize. I don't think people in this community would hold it against people for admitting, man, I was brainwashed too.
No, and I think, and we've talked about this before. I think we need to be very kind to these people that are finally seeing what the truth is. And there's probably, when you talk about the OGs and the second generation guys like Rambo and everybody that we talk to, I mean, those guys are probably, they've been called wacky for so long.
They probably hate us too.
They're probably ready to go, told you so.
Well, this is what's got to be frustrating.
You guys are nuts, but we're saying that's not really the approach we should take to really bring people into the truth.
Matt, I'm going to say this. I might be wrong, but I believe it in my soul. I think a lot of the OGs probably look at you and I with a little bitterness, because I do believe that shows like this one is what's really going to get the word out of the work these guys have done. So if you're that guy and you spent 10 years grinding out, being hated, and then some jackasses walk in the room and go, hey, these guys are right, listen, and everybody starts listening. If I'm an OG, I got to look at me and go, you little dick. But that's why I'm starting saying this. I'm admitting up front, I am literally riding on a horse that was bred by these people.
Oh, yeah, we're standing on their shoulders, but we're also pointing back to them.
Nonstop.
I mean, that is the idea, though. That's the whole idea, is to point back to these guys who have done the work and can deliver the real information to you. We've got to give it to people in small chunks. The normies.
Dude, I disagree with you. That's where I disagree. I figured this thing out.
Well, you know what? I kind of, it depends on the person, because I feel the same way. Hit me with adrenochrome right up front.
Dude,
when
they started eating fucking babies,
when
they said, yeah, they're eating babies, I went like this. Okay, this ain't a game anymore. And then they proved it. I started looking around at everyone like this. Yeah. Am I the only dude I know that thinks it's outrageous that these people are still doing what they're doing?
Well, look, there's people in my life who are not ready to deal with that yet. Even though this is surfacing, even in kind of the mainstream world, when they hear that, they just shut down. That's it. They're out. So
here's what drives me.
You got to spoon feed rather than shovel it right into them,
dude.
Some people.
I have an idea, and I'm claiming all this shit now, and then we're getting into Mike Flynn. But it's important that people understand what we're really trying to do before why we're getting into these things. Okay. Whew. There is so much truth in this movement, and it is so vast. The corruption, the sickness, the evil that is really among us. So when you think about it from a standpoint of we're just trying to get rid of evil, right? You're starting with something that is telling you what's evil. These Q guys, these Anons, these people that dedicated their life, lost everything they had to save us.
Yeah.
I am going to die. My last breath will be saying, respect these people. They are patriots. They are good. They are family. They are accepting. Well, they are everything.
They've been branded as these like far right, racist, crazy wackos, and it's the complete opposite.
I literally believe that what we're attempting to do, Matt, is set up a new form of media whose sole position is the truth. That is, people say, what's your product? Oh, we're a show where people with talent come on and sing and we pick the favorite. They say to us, what's the point of your show? Here's the point of our show. We try to find out the truth about bullshit that affects the rest of our lives. That's what our show's about. Well, you can't say this. Why? Why can't I say that wealthy, rich, organized people are sex trafficking children? Why? Why can't I say it? Why? Well, because it's not true. Bullshit. Okay, well, if it is, you can't tell everybody yet. Why? Why? So well, they're in charge of what we get to learn and when. That's not America.
This leads us right into our show today, because this guy is really leading the charge. And I'm seeing him And a lot of people, I think, are seeing him as an American hero, man. I mean, a real patriot.
Dude, this guy, I believe in my heart, will go down in history with the likes of, if you know history, the Culpeper ring, the Benjamin Franklin who went to France. Like, learn your history. Learn about men who died, who laid down on the sword for the country. They lied and perjured themselves to keep the country alive.
Yeah, that's really what he did, man.
And these dickheads in Congress and these puppets aren't even smart enough to go, what? Yeah, I mean, yeah, he lied. But why did he lie?
A lot of them are very threatened by him. I mean, he's
they're
taking a real battle against our deep state, I think. So let's start with this man right here, General Michael Flynn, retired United States Army Lieutenant General, served as the 24th U.S. National Security Advisor at the beginning of the first Trump administration, but resigned after just 24 days. His resignation was due to reports that he lied about conversations with Russian Ambassador Sergei Kislyak. And here he is talking about his conversations with Russia here.
There's been a lot of stories and a lot of reports on that, a lot of shows on that, a lot of discussion about that. And what was it the right thing for me to be doing? Was I okay to be speaking to foreign counterparts? And the answer at the end of the day is, yeah, I was doing my job, right? And even the President of the United States, President Trump, even said it after the fact. After I had departed the White House, the guy was just doing his job, and so I don't know what the big deal was. But then he said that that I had misinformed or lied to the vice president, which we now know that actually wasn't true. That wasn't a true statement. He said it as though it was true because that's what he knew at the time, but it turns out that it actually wasn't true, and we learned about that in evidence. I think that it's not just the conversation that I had with the Russian ambassador, it's actually the result of that and then what we have experienced, because here it is, that was 2016. Here we are in 2025 and halfway through 2025, and it's almost a decade later, and we're still in the throes of a component of something that actually we just learned about is vastly different than when anybody believed or anybody knew at the time. One of the things that wasn't around at that time was now what we see as the alternative media. So there would be an alternative to the story, somebody who would actually question it and say, well, what was going on here? Is this right? Is it wrong? Where you had one element of the media, because the media played a big role in what happened to me, a huge role. And how the media came in and worked hand in glove with the government at the time, with the White House at the time, and particularly the intelligence community.
So who does that sound like?
What do you mean?
The
Trump?
The alternative media.
Yeah. Well, here's what I'm saying to you, Matt.
Yeah.
It goes into what I was saying is, why can't a show simply show that video and then go, what do you guys think? Do you understand it a little more? For instance, Matt, if you were sitting in your house and a man walked in your door and he threatened your wife or child and you had to kill him to save your wife and child, you would do that, right? But you were guilty of murder. You murdered someone. Your defense is self-defense.
Sure.
So if he lied under oath to save the country,
yeah,
is it not the same thing? The arrogance of people that do not understand that our government has to deal with other governments. They are fighting the world-class crime and militaries.
Yeah.
Top-notch money. They have to be secret.
Right. Well, here's what he said. He initially denied discussing U.S. sanctions against Russia with Kislyak.
Right.
In reality, he'd asked him for Russia to refrain from escalating the situation in response to sanctions that were imposed by Obama. And he also denied or supposedly misled a separate conversation where he asked Kislyak to delay or defeat a UN Security Council resolution.
Yeah.
But why he lied as you're saying, became the point of contention here. According to the prosecution, he lied to conceal the nature and content of his conversations with the Russian ambassador from FBI investigators. The timing of these conversations occurred during an investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election, which made them, highly sensitive at the time. The implication was that he was trying to protect himself or the incoming administration from scrutiny regarding the contacts with a foreign adversary. But this was not the case at all. He was doing his job, and this was normal behavior for somebody in his position.
I look at it like this.
He got a pardon, by the way, in 2020. He was later pardoned.
Right. So if you're pardoned, let me ask a question. You're no longer guilty. Is that right? You were found guilty, but later found to be either forgiven or exonerated. Is that correct?
That's what I would think. Why else would a president, why else should a president pardon somebody?
I'm going to tell you something else too. I'll say it right now. If there was a political party I worked for the country, right? In the government, and somebody came to me and said, look, we're going to put you on trial. We're going to ask you point blank national security questions.
Yeah.
I'm going to look them right in the face and say this. I'm not telling you. I'm going to lie. And if they grilled me, I would lie. And then at the end, they said, all right, well, you got to go to jail because you lied. I would go like this. I do it freely and proudly. I served my country. And if I'm getting put in jail for that, I'm a patriot. Unlock the gate, motherfuckers. I'm in. Like, I can't deal with this shit anymore. These are men that swore to protect America. They don't have any evidence of him selling secrets. They don't have any evidence of him selling weapons. They're saying he lied to save the country.
Yeah, look.
How is that even a
he talks
crime?
About how, they kind of retaliated against him, and the media was against him. That was a huge part of it. But to finish his kind of his bio here, Flynn played a significant role in the U.S. counterterrorism strategies and dismantling insurgent networks in Afghanistan and Iraq. He held various senior intelligence assignments in combat arms and special operations. And he served as the 18th director of the Defense Intelligence Agency from July 2012 until he resigned in August 2014. And then he would go on later to back Trump. He was a Democrat originally, but looked at it not like Republican Democrat, kind of like we're talking right now. It's more about, he wants to save the country. And here he talks about the internal struggle within the United States.
Rise of communism in the United States of America. What drives me is this country, and that's where Trump and I connected. If there's one thing that we both firmly believe in, it's the greatness of America. Frankly, and maybe one of these days, maybe Tulsi will do it. Maybe she'll give all the transcripts out of my conversations with not just him, but others, to show that what I was doing is I was protecting the United States of America from enemies, foreign and domestic. And they knew it. So the Obama administration, Obama himself knew it because he was being briefed on it. And that more and more that's going to come out. And people in this country, people that listen to this broadcast, they need to understand that evil exists. We're in a tough spot still. We're not out of the woods yet. And that's why people need to understand that this fight is still ensuing, because this revolution is not over. This color revolution is not over, because the players that are in charge of this color revolution, they are still out there on the streets of America. They're still out there in the media. They're still out there in the political realm of our system of government. Federalist Paper 2 and 3, and we wrote about this recently, John Jay, who was one of the authors of that, talked about the greatest threat to our country is never going to be a foreign foe. It's always going to be somebody. It's always going to be a subversion within, right? From within. So many people have warned us about that. Abraham Lincoln was another one. When he was 28 years old, talking about no foreign foe will ever take a drink from the Ohio or a step on the Blue Ridge. Never. Even with a Bonaparte for a commander. If we're going to die, we're going to die by our own suicide. He said that at the age of 28 years old. So many people that were prescient and visionaries and historic figures that were worldly and thought about these things, you know, and also were men or women of action, would always talk about this kind of behavior and potential and possibility. And here we are. We are now in a place where this is it. This is a moment of existentialism for the United States of America. And I think that people are going to have to come to grips with it. And it's not that everybody's got to get behind Donald J. Trump. It's people need to get behind this idea that we need to continue to be a constitutional republic based on ideas and based on the rights of citizens, right? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Because all three of those things can be taken away.
Yeah, it's interesting he says that because, you know, you don't have to get behind Trump is what he said. But if Trump doesn't make this happen, if he's not able to make it happen, it's up to us.
Dude.
I think that's a big part of his message now. And one of the reasons why he's so important.
I'm going to say something to everybody in this community, and I hope you understand what I'm saying to you. I truly believe in my heart that I was brought into this by whoever it is, whatever drove me and Matt here. We were brought into this to help. Matt and I have a skill set that a lot of the other Anons don't have. What Matt and I don't have is the skill set that the Anons have. If we can both accept this about each other, Matt and I will be the greatest spokespeople for this movement ever. We are learning as we go. And I believe that when people say, you got to slow down, you got to slow down. Let me just give my philosophy. This is not the time to slow down. This is the time to hit the gas pedal to the floor. It is the time to start calling out mainstream media. So I'm going to ask the community, because I am fearless with this. Start hashtagging people. Bill Maher. I want Bill Maher to give me 5 minutes of his time. Now, he doesn't know me. The world doesn't know me. Why would he even acknowledge it? Well, when 30,000 people start hitting his X saying, help us help you, let us show you, you help us. I think for real, Matt, this is what we were meant to do. Connect the people that have big voices to the people that have very small voices. And we have a decent sized voice, but it resonates in the other world where I don't think some of this world resonates. And I'm trying to articulate it in a way where everybody understands that our sole purpose, I believe, Matt, is to just awareness. When you see a man like General Flynn at the highest level of intelligence, he knows everything.
Well, yeah, that's a good point, dude. He not only had it while he was working for the U.S. government, but he still has incredible contacts locally, domestically, and around the world, in the government, outside the government. This guy has his ear to the ground.
Matt, I know there are times where I sound like I am clear and I know exactly what I'm doing, Matt, and just listen to me, blah, blah, blah. I don't mean that. What I do mean is this. I do have a good understanding of human psyche. And I do believe that the majority and a mass majority of people in this country, and because now this is weird and it all ties together, because of my love for soccer and international soccer, I'm in algorithms of a lot of things outside the country. I'm not in an echo chamber. And I hear people in England, in Ireland, in Germany, in France, that the mainstream media is just squashing, in other countries as well. We are all going through it. We are all figuring out that we're basically not included in any messages. It's for their own control and their own time to run things.
Yeah,
it's time for us.
I don't think a lot of people really come to grips with that. And I've got a clip I got to play you here in a minute where, you know, he talks about the coup in the U.S.
Yes.
And when you hear that, it's jolting, it's shocking when you hear that
Do you remember
this
first
former general and head of our intelligence agency says that there was a coup in the United States? I don't think a lot of people it's kind of set in with them yet.
Well, I think the biggest problem with all of it is, I'm not, God, man, my problem is I can't shut up, and I always say what I'm thinking. And sometimes the problem is I don't think any of these Anons, who are brilliant researchers and connectors, are brilliant at this part of it. And this part, Matt, the distribution of the information is an incredibly important part of it. How it's delivered. When you can say that they're eating babies and within a minute also make people laugh at the irony of what's happening to us, it is the surest way to band us together. I am convinced of it. I've done it my entire life. I have used humor to cross really tough situations. When I was a kid, Matt, listen, I learned this. When I was a kid, I was the smallest kid in the neighborhood with the biggest mouth. So I had to do two things: learn how to fight to the best of my ability, or learn how to talk my way out of ass kickings. And I'm telling you, I have talked my way out of more ass kickings.
You are all out of fighting.
Dude, I'm a 5'3" guy. I'm going to get my ass whooped. I'll go to the grave fighting. But I have an ability to literally connect with people in a humorous way that it just disarms people. I'm a little person, right? I'm not threatening. I'm not going to, overpower you physically. The only thing
we got to get you a carry permit, man.
The only thing I'm equal with and sometimes stronger than other men is up here. Physically, most of the time I'm not. But up here, man, I'm 6'8", 350. Bring it on. I'll go all day. And I just think these are the kind of weapons you and I have. This thing is my ultimate weapon. This is my backup. Same with you, dude. Right? This is the delivery system. And I just don't think some of these Anons understand this part of the game.
I think they do.
Okay.
I mean, you're on their show every Wednesday. They've invited me on. My Wednesdays have been horrible, but I think they do get it.
And I just think that I really think this show can be a wonderful spotlight into this community, because at the door you get met with this. If you're going to come in this community, know a couple things. We're not racists. We're not skinheads. We're not homophobes. We love children. We love the country. We love this, that, and this. And if you're not down with what we're saying, we get it. But then we know who you are. That's it. Here's our stance. We want freedom. We want clarity. We understand the military does have to do things in secret. I mean, we're not stupid people, but we don't need all this social justice bullshit. The country doesn't need it. Most people do not give a rat's ass about half the shit we're fighting over. Truly.
Yeah, I mean, God, you look at some of the stuff in the mainstream news cycle now, and it's like, it just seems so trivial compared to,
dude,
what we just learned, right?
Matt, we just got a $170 rant.
Wow.
170.
Amazing.
From Nighthawk 62. Mickey, you are dead right. They are eating fucking babies. I'm sorry. I don't have to pay that one, Matt, because that's bullshit.
I think I paid for it. Yeah.
Okay. Matt, you understand what I'm saying?
I do. And listen, I want to play this clip because it's exactly, I had a visceral reaction to this clip. Like I said, these words coming out of General Flynn's mouth.
It's frightening, dude.
Yeah.
There's an element of subversion inside of our government that's very real. And a lot of Americans kind of it goes right over their heads. It's just like saying to somebody, our debt is $35 trillion. I mean, for an American who's worried about, how much money they're going to have to fill up their gas tank with, $35 trillion. And it's the same thing. It's like America's going through a coup. America has people that are serving in the highest levels of our government who are anti-American, pro-communism. Who there are people that are serving in our government that are more aligned with the dictatorship of the CCP than they are with the constitutional republic of our government, and the answer is absolutely, and that's exactly what we have, because there is a subversion of our government that started many, many years ago, and I don't go into all the, the background there, but I mean, it does go back as far as the era of Eisenhower and Kennedy. Now we're at a place where there was a opportunity to actually overthrow the country. And when Donald Trump comes down the very famous escalator, they were like, it was a joke, right? Until it wasn't a joke, and until he won in November of 2016. And when he won on, I think it was 8 November 2016, then all of a sudden they had to adjust their plans, because their plans really were 8 years of Obama, 8 years of Hillary.
I mean,
dude, think about what he just said. Really,
it's shocking when you hear it.
If we'd have had 8 years of Obama, which we did, and we saw what that did, we saw the deals they made with Iran. We saw early stages of what turned out to be this insane anti-Semitic movement in this country. At the same time, Hillary was lining up to be next and give the kill shot. Dude, I thoroughly believe if that evil bitch would have got in, this country would have been done. Done. It'd be funny. It would be not funny that it happened. It would be funny how they did it. And they use the stealth weapon of knowing people don't give a shit what's going on day to day in their life, because they make it so easy for people to be dependent.
They're eating just propaganda.
And the government keeps giving them things, and they keep going, oh, well, look, they're good. They give me money every month, not realizing all they did was bought you into slavery, you dumb bastards. Well, Matt, I don't have a pot to piss in right now. You know this. I'm dead broke. I'm behind on bills. I've dedicated my entire life to this. I'm going to fail or I'm going to succeed. But I'm sorry. I just didn't want to put your business on the street.
No.
I'm telling you now, I got nothing. I'm behind on my car payment. Like, you can't imagine the life I'm talking to the audience, not you, but that we're living, and all for this. I've dedicated myself to this. And I believe this is not about money. I hope I can make a living doing this, but I don't need to be a billionaire ever in my life. I don't. And if I make real money, I guarantee you I will give most of it away to good causes. I don't even care about any of that. My whole life is evidenced of that. I gave everything I ever had away, and I can't give this away. This is the last thing I have of value, which is my talent, your talent, and the truth.
And look, Flynn is that as well. I mean, he literally, is being taken down by our deep state. I mean, continually still. Here's a guy who was a Democrat at the time, but went on to champion President Trump in 2016. And the reason he said he did it was, it wasn't Democrat, Republican anymore. It was about saving the country. He'd spent his life serving the country, and he saw his mission as saving our republic. So this is here he talks about the retaliation that he got, because as a high-level insider turned critic of the previous administration, it made him a target. And here he talks about that.
I was like apolitical because I really believed, I served our country. I believed in America. I believed in what Donald Trump was espousing, which was America first and make America great again, which is his bumper sticker. And so you kind of say to yourself, why? I mean, why were they going after me so hard? Because and we now have learned about this. So in one of the documents that came out very recently, Comey actually talks about, from this very famous, now famous 8 December 2016 meeting, Comey actually talks about targeting General Flynn. They knew that if they allowed me to go into the White House with Trump, and they didn't bother going after Trump the way they went after him, that this whole thing would have been exposed. It would have been exposed very early on. Obama had said to Trump, "Don't hire General Flynn." Where does that come from, right? Transitioning the entirety of the U.S. government from one president to another, and you talk about two people. One is a dictator in North Korea, and the other is a general that was appointed twice by Obama, right? because they knew that I would have dug in and dug my heels in, because that's my way, and that's been my sort of background, certainly in the military and in the intelligence community, and 5 years of my life in direct combat operations.
Yeah. So, I mean, spent 24 days, shortest tenure as national security advisor. And it was a setup from the start. I mean,
Yep.
The FBI went in and tried to grab him in what looks like a very underhanded way.
Yeah, I think what happened to this man is awful, and I think time is going to prove that our country was under attack, and that the military did step in. I do. There's no other way to explain it, and I think the military stepped in to simply protect us internationally, but I think domestically, the military's sitting there and going, "Please, God, please let these people figure it out."
Let me ask you something, man.
Sure.
Do you think there are people who think that he might be Q?
Yeah.
Or involved in?
Yeah, I do.
On whatever this panel of people who present as Q?
Listen, I think again, here's my ignorance in the movement. I don't know his actual statements on Q. I don't know if he's ever denied it or been addressed with it. I do know this, that it is someone like him that is a absolute patriot, that has incredible military knowledge, that understands that the people that can understand this code and communicate through it are different than normies, that it is a unique mindset to be able to live in this world. It's also a unique mindset to be able to ignore the social backlash it must cause you. And I think people like General Flynn are the people that did it. They know. Listen, man, do you know how much money, time, and effort the founding fathers gave up to save this country? I mean, businesses donated all of their income to the Army. We're in the same position in a way. We have a military on our side, but we have to literally organize and domestically do it right. They want us to vote our way out of this. They want us to expose our way out of this. They want the citizens to do the work that the military can't, but the military will protect us to doing it.
Yeah, he he was sucked into this. It was chaos for him for this 24 days that he was in there, and he talked about how the media was completely weaponized against him.
Back to the question of the conversation I had with the Russian ambassador, what they had to do is they had to connect some dots, and they did. And when they connected those dots, they did it in a way that allowed them to have this story. They needed their minions in the media to be able to push it and promote it and to propagandize it and to get it to where, some number of enough people needed to believe that Mike Flynn, committed treason, was a traitor to the country. The number of names that I've been called, it's gotten to the point where it doesn't even bother me. Because I know who I am, and I know what happened, and I knew it then, but I had to get through it. So we have seen almost a decade of evidence come out, evidence that you guys out of your great organization have been extracting from the government. Other organizations like Tom Fitton, lawyers, people who've been battling to get to the truth of what actually happened.
The weird part for me is when Q went silent and why. I think it represents something.
And that was what year was that?
That he went
silent? Was it 21 or something? That he
it's either
posted
20
again in 22. Some people think.
Before we get into that, Matt, let me do a quick little business. I don't want to forget people. CD Fowler, $5. Thank you, Mickey and Matt. It's not much for the $5 holler. CD,
That's
it is
awesome.
Everything. You have no idea. Also, Ms. Nasera, $55, $20 rant. Love you guys. Keep going. I don't miss a show. I'll support as much as possible.
Wow, thank you.
I mean, Matt, we are, getting back to Mike Flynn here. General Mike Flynn. Throughout history, great men have been disgraced by bad people. And there's no reason to believe that what has happened to him is not exactly that. If you're an evil person, here was a guy at the highest level that was calling you out. And you had people above you, the bureaucracy, that carried out your wishes, which was to get rid of this man telling the truth. Now, just those two things alone allow me to just step back and go, you know what? I don't want to be a part of any system that takes a man who was trying to save the country and villainizes him so that you can then go out and do your evil shit. I'm just removing myself from it. And I think both parties are in on it. I mean, bad players in both parties.
Sure.
I think both parties could honestly agree that there needs to be an overhaul of the way we think as Americans on either side. Are there issues we're going to disagree on? Of course. That's the beauty of freedom. But they have gotten it to a place where we don't even agree that we're family members anymore.
We need to be back on the same team together.
Yeah,
is the real
figuring
problem.
it out together.
And your neighbor is not your enemy.
Please smash the like button, everybody. We are so proud. What show is this, Matt? 26?
26.
I think 19 of the 26 shows have made the top 50 on Rumble.
Thanks to you.
Thanks to these listeners and the people that get in these chat rooms and keep it active and moving, and all the likes, guys, that you have no idea. Please keep doing this stuff for us. We do believe we're going to be able to do this forever and get this to the next level for everyone. But it's hard, and it is hard grinding.
He, one of the scary things he talks about here, and this I'm going to play in a minute, is the weaponization of the government against the people. And just think about that for a second.
I've been saying it forever. Yeah, go ahead.
And I think the bigger sort of strategic issue, Jan, is not so much the conversation and rehashing the conversation and what it meant or what I did. It's actually, how does the government weaponize itself against the American people? And in this case, they made a conscious decision to weaponize themselves not only against, General Mike Flynn, but also the incoming National Security Advisor, which is a monumental role in our government, huge role, huge responsibilities. And they made a conscious decision to weaponize components of the government against the President of the United States himself. In this case, the incoming president at the time was Donald J. Trump. And from that moment in the latter part of 2016 and 2017, where we really didn't know. I mean, there was, and I would say I'm as naive as the next person. I mean, I know a lot more now today, but I was naive to think that the FBI was this weaponized, that the CIA was this weaponized against a person who had been working with them, had run one of the largest intelligence agencies in the world. But the discovery for all Americans and for anybody that listens to this show, this interview, is that the weaponization of the United States government against its own citizenry is very real. It happens on a daily basis, and it doesn't just happen to high-profile political figures. It happens to every single day Americans, where somebody does something that in this case, the FBI or the Department of Justice doesn't like, and what they do is they put the full weight of their authorities against any American who can't financially afford it, can't emotionally sustain it, and really doesn't have the wherewithal to be able to even understand what is happening. And the next thing that happens is they find themselves in a place where they have to plead guilty to something that they know they didn't do, because otherwise they're going to be completely crushed and their families are going to be destroyed, which in many cases those things already happen. And so that's the weaponization of just the Justice Department, the weaponization of the intelligence community. And when I say that we say the intelligence community like it's some esoteric thing, it's the Central Intelligence Agency, it's the National Security Agency, it's the Defense Intelligence Agency, it's elements within our government. It's the Department of State has its own intelligence component. Department of Homeland Security has its own intelligence component. And the White House actually is weaponized as well. The White House can weaponize itself against an American citizen that they don't like. Particularly, the White House will go against people politically for a political advantage. And so I became the fulcrum of what essentially is a color revolution that's still ongoing in the United States of America.
You know, he talks about, not only was he getting it from them during all this Russia stuff back in the day, but they're still coming after him. And you got to ask yourself why. Why would they care that much?
I think
right?
I'm going to do a little.
People should ask themselves that, I'm saying.
When you think about I've really put a lot of thought into this since understanding how these systems and these people all work for and against each other. When Trump says things to Denmark like, we're just going to take Greenland, or to Canada, either get on board or screw you. I don't think it's that Trump hates the world. I think it's Trump hates the governments that are running these places. And what he's saying to those countries like England, like Denmark, like Germany is, you people better get your shit together because your government is screwing you bad. What I'm doing in America, you should be doing in your own country. And me taking over Greenland will help your country, whether you realize it or not. Look, whether we want to lie about it, we had a PSYOPs guy on 2 weeks ago that was in the military. I asked him a very specific question. What country militarily do we have to fear the most? Do you remember his answer? Take the next 5 combined. They couldn't beat us. Okay. I think what Trump's doing now is looking at the whole world and going like this. You really want me to start pushing buttons? Is that what you want? Do you really want to fight me? Do you really want this fight? I bet you don't. So I'm giving you a chance
it wasn't
to
just
get rid
his
of your
fight,
own criminals.
I mean, this has been something that
it's our fight.
Presidents and people in the government have been talking about for a long time, just the strategy of all that. And yes, of course, it benefits, benefits world trade. It benefits the safety of Europe and America.
Yeah. I mean, I think this dude, I don't know much about him. I mean, what I wouldn't give to interview a man like General Mike Flynn the way we do it, because I'll ask questions that nobody else will. I'll ask names. I'll flat out say, is Barack Obama a real traitor? Like, should he be on trial? And if so, where's the evidence?
I mean,
how do we do it?
I think he said it in so many words.
Should Bush be on trial for 9/11? Where's the evidence? How do we do it? Right? These are just questions, right? And they shoot you. They kill you if you ask a question, because every question asked needs an answer, right? So always pay attention to questions that are never answered, and pay attention to what happened to the people that asked the questions. Look at Liz Crokin, right? There's one example. She came out flat out and said, hey, did you guys know they're eating babies? They're eating effing babies. And the whole world went like this. Shh, get rid of this lunatic, knowing that they were eating babies.
Yeah,
That's what we're
it
dealing
sounded
with.
crazy to most people at the time. But why didn't you listen to at least? That's what I'm saying, and that's what I think has kind of brought me into all of this. Is just I'm willing to listen and hear everybody's story. Here's Flynn talking about how they are still coming after him after all these years.
What you understand is that I'm not bought and paid for. I'm not, and in fact, the interesting thing, and this is, I'll just give you a little bit of tease here, right? I mean, they're again. This is not Mueller, and the Mueller investigation. Again, this is this administration and people inside of this administration, not Trump. Trump doesn't know this. Maybe he'll learn about it on this show.
They're so arrogant, they're wargaming to come after his key supporters in the damn White House.
They're targeting, these are people that are targeting my family again, my wife, my son, my ability to make an income, right? I mean, this is out of control. And I'm going to tell you, that's why I'm being very public about it. And I don't want to be public about it. I was really trying to figure out how do I go about this?
Yeah, you were asking my advice, and I was flattered.
Yeah.
I said, "Sir, I'll defer to you."
Yeah, because you got a big platform, and I've spoken to others who have big platforms, and because I don't have a platform. The platform I have is my background and my network, and basically the things that I do. And for some reason, it scares the shit out of them. And you know what? Too bad, because I'm not going to be afraid of them. But I'm going to tell you. I mean, they're digging up. They're trying to dig up dirt on my wife, I mean, and this is not like making shit up here. This is for real.
Stay there, sir. We got to.
Dude, listen, there is a man that is fearless.
Yeah.
That knows he could be taken out in a moment and does not give a shit. He is literally saying, I'm doing this for the country. I'm sorry. I got to
bringing the truth to light.
I got to get behind a dude like that. But Matt, you want to talk about truth to light?
Yeah, let's Deb Hat
$300 rant.
Wow. Thank you.
I love you both and appreciate what you're doing with the show.
Thank you so much.
I mean, what is happening? Tamcat, 1966, $5. Hello from Arizona. Love you both.
Thank you, Tamcat. Much appreciated.
Matt, dude, listen. I think what's happening here, and people are witnessing it, and I'm so glad these things are recorded and here forever. It is time for patriots like us, Matt, to use our talents and give our skills to the movement, right? And you know what's funny, dude? I was thinking about it last night, and I broke down this entire community like a government, right? Hear me out. Q, to me, is like our military. It has all the receipts. If you're going to come after us, just know we know everything, number one. Number two, there are sponsors and there are people that are financially supporting the system, right? They're the citizens. You know what you and I are in this? Honest politicians. We're the guy out front spreading the message.
Yeah.
And I feel like this community has finally organized itself with the right players to make the move. And I think there's many more like me. I'm not saying I'm the guy.
Well, the timing is certainly right as well.
It's just that it's time for these kind of shows to expose this stuff. And it's because we know how to entertain. Listen, they use the entertainment world to poison us for decades. Let's use the entertainment world to tell everybody what they did. We're going to do it entertainingly. And guess what? They're not going to like it, Matt. They're not. And we're going to win.
Here's what somebody said. Flynn getting strung up was probably part of the plan.
Maybe so.
We're going to take some of your calls later because we want to know your thoughts. We've got the link up right now in the comments. So
hey, do you have another
talk
minute or two Flynn link?
Yeah. Well, so
play that because I got to run to the bathroom, Matt. I'm not going to lie. First time ever in the show.
Well, listen on your phone.
I'm in.
You can hear.
Of course.
So we've got Flynn here talking about what he's currently doing and how he's currently still trying to get Trump's ear. And he talks here about the letter to Trump.
And he was briefing me on things and asking my opinion on things. And I said, well, I defer really to what you think you should say, but I agree with you. And so we haven't talked since then. So I'm just going to come back to the next segment when we join a bunch of radio stations that join us at 6 after and really try to give him the floor. This is an emergency address to the president, an emergency address to the American people. And sure, Flynn can call Trump up and get him on the phone, but Trump gets busy, forgets things. We need to make this a big political issue, okay? And I don't know how much he wants to get into here because talking to him yesterday, he's not sure exactly the best avenue or 100% exactly what's going on, but a lot of really bad stuff happening. And I'm not going to say, and I can concur with most of what he said I actually know is true. I don't doubt the other stuff either. He has a lot more information and sources than I do in many ways. Let's just say this. I rarely get what you call depressed. And I went home last night and didn't even eat dinner. And when my daughter went to bed, the 8-year-old, I went to bed about 9 o'clock and just basically then laid awake all night. I basically have not slept over this information. And because we already knew it. And
we have the unedited clip in here, actually. I'm going to try to pull us into what he was saying about Trump and his call to Trump.
And a source that I would describe as A1. And anybody that's ever served in the military in the intelligence business, when you say you've got an A1 source, that means you have a bulletproof source of information, right? They're going to dig up dirt on my wife, right? On my wife.
Yeah, so that was the unedited clip, Mick. But anyway, he essentially talks about, it's funny. It's talks about essentially all these conspiracy theories that the guys in Q have been talking about for many years, and talks about all this evidence. And these are the things that we need to focus on. And so he's currently still got Trump's ear, and is still carrying the flag for this whole thing.
You know what's nuts to me, Matt, is that when you talk about a guy like this, if this was the 1950s, this guy would have been elected president. He would have been considered one of the greatest patriots of all time.
Well, he's almost the vice president.
Correct. What I'm telling you, though, he said something early in this show where we played a clip where he says, this goes back, Eisenhower, Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
What I've learned is that a lot of people that know a lot believe the plan started after the Kennedy assassination, that there were many people in the government who realized, whoa, our government ain't as free and awesome as we thought. There's some evil dudes in this arena right now trying to sabotage us. And I think that's where it started, and they didn't realize the control and the power that the evil had in our government, and how much it had already corrupted and blackmailed so many of our politicians into submission. And they have carried out their wishes ever since. It is one of the biggest crimes ever committed in a nation, what they've done. And the result of what should be the greatest, most wealthy country in the world is abstract poverty, hatred, and division.
Well, look, let's talk about an atom bomb here. He one of the reasons that he's such a hero and a patriot, it's just the way that he's questioned election integrity, which is what Trump is kind of championing as well. But, he says following the 2020 presidential election, he became this big voice of those who question things. And he's been involved in various efforts and events that promote audits and investigations and changes to election laws. And he's another guy who's championing that there were some pretty significant irregularities that happened in this election. I got him talking about it, but, just how important that is and what an atom bomb it would be had we found out that the election was completely rigged in 2020. Can you imagine?
Dude, I think it's already proven.
Where do you go from there, though?
I think you go right to, I think the people, here's what I'm saying.
I mean, it would essentially nullify everything that happened during that presidency.
Agreed.
Right?
But what I think the big misnomer in this community right now is that the public can't handle it. Here's the thing I don't think that a lot of the insiders understand. Most people think it. They just don't know what it's called, where how to label it, and how to put it in a box. That's the way we understand things. I think our show, Matt, is what's doing that. It's allowing people to see these things that we already kind of knew. Like, I know our government's corrupt. I know these corporations are evil. We all say that, but there's never been a moment in time where we go like this. Yeah, look right here on this blackboard. That's everything they did. You want to know how corrupt they were? Look here. Look at it. Yeah. Go down that rabbit hole right there. You'll find out. Real quick, Matt, while you're bringing that up, buddy, Bionic Bev, I absolutely love the show. You guys are definitely on a divine path. Thank you for stepping up. No, Bionic Bev, thank you, my lovely lady. Also, let's see here. Southworth, $5. In the end, all will be right. Patriots protect patriots. Matt, there was a couple. I missed another one. I absolutely love the show. You guys are definitely on the divine path. Keep it up.
Thank you guys so much.
Hold on, I'm checking because I was away. Matt, I'm at over. Wow. This is crazy. Everybody, the smash button, please hit that like button. It is what keeps this show able to be on. And we are so glad to be a part of this and look forward to what's coming. Now, Matt, a guy like General Flynn, to me, is a guy that's going to be, I think he's step one to the main public. Guy lived an honorable life most of his life, was committed to our country, never said a bad word about it other than the evil sons of bitches running it.
Yeah, he's talking about government overreach. He loves this country.
And it is so unbelievable. If I thought I mentioned this before, but somebody in the chat room said that Deb Hatt gave a $300 donation. We did mention that. And she said, I love you both and appreciate what you're doing with the show. No, believe me, guys, we try not to miss anything. And what we're realizing is the sincerity of you. It's one thing to say, oh, love you guys. Oh, Mickey, you got pretty eyes. Matt, you're handsome. All that crap is fun. But what you're doing is real support. It is real. You're putting your money where your mouth is. And wow, just thank you so much.
We've got our call link up in the chat right now if you want to call in. And we'd love to hear your take on all this and just your feelings about General Flynn. We got Chew Man on the line right now. Chew Man,
Mickey,
welcome to Above the Rabbit Hole.
what's going on, Mickey and Matt? I'm so glad that you guys are bridging the QAnon movement with the normies and making it mainstream.
We're trying, man. I'm still learning.
We're not there yet, brother. We just got on the highway, but we're looking for the exit. But
And I'm calling here from the beautiful Chop Tank.
Oh, man, that's a nice office.
So let me explain to the audience real quick. The Chop Tank River here is a Maryland river that feeds the Chesapeake Bay. And my man right here.
What a beautiful office, man.
Yeah, that ain't a bad day's work, Chew Man.
The ice is gone and the weather is nice and cool. As you can see, I'm dressed for the occasion.
Well, Chew Man, you have been here with us since the beginning. You are a patriot. You've watched what we're doing, and, man, we really appreciate you coming on, brother.
Thank you for bringing us out onto the Chop Tank, man.
No problem.
All right, brother. Peace, and God bless America. Wow, look at this.
Let's check in with it's Esme60 checking in with this name right now. You're on the air on Above the Rabbit Hole.
Hey, bud, how you doing today?
That's my man. I remember you from yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, from yesterday.
Yeah,
you're starting at a good. Yeah, you're starting at a good point. You know, Flynn's the catalyst. It seems like of the whole movie.
Sure. Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
what they did to him is what we're fighting against. It seems like so. Yeah.
Well, I think actually, you know, when you think about was he a psyop, ask yourself this question. If they did it on purpose, it's brilliant because it shows what the government can really do to a good person. So
yeah,
it may be protecting us in the future. We may set up systems that say, hey, if a national security agent says this or whatever, you know, we need to research it. We need to. Yeah. We can no longer dismiss things.
Yeah, it's that why you bring it up. Why that happened? You know.
Why do you think it happened?
That's what that seems like the whole motivation of the movement. You got to say why, the motive. You got to dig and find the motive, the real motives. You know, like follow the money and all that kind of stuff.
I hear you, Maple Maga.
What?
Maple Maga is next, but listen to me, Smay. I got to tell you something. You're a regular on this show. If nothing more, I'm going to just give you stuff to read. I just could listen to you all day with that voice, brother. Hey, have a good day, man. God bless America.
I think this is my next read.
Yeah.
The Citizen's Guide to Fifth Generation Warfare, Introduction to 5GW, excuse me, co-written by Michael Flynn, of course. And it was, who was it that recommended this book to us? To Q School, one of the guys.
It might have been Paul.
I think it was Paul.
Dave.
No, it was Paul. You're right.
Yeah.
And he said if you read this book, it'll kind of give you a better grip of what's actually happening.
What's at play right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get into that.
Let's take another call here. Maple Maga. You're on Above the Rabbit Hole.
How are you, Maple?
Is your mic on?
We have her muted. We have her muted.
Let's see.
She's got to do it.
She's got to do it.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Maple, right where your little head is, above it to the right, down the bottom, there's a little microphone. Click that.
We'll come back to you. We got R. Shannon Lee on the phone with us here.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. You guys are killing it. I really appreciate what you bring to the movement. I think Rambo summed it up where you guys are bridging the gap. There's so much hitting right now, and it's like we've been waiting on the flood, and flood's here. And
it is.
You guys are.
It feels like
Yeah, you guys are throwing out the life jackets for people, so that's awesome. Also, I just want to say shout out prayers to Rambo with his situation.
Thank you. Yeah, his son needs our prayers.
He's hanging in there, man. He's a tough dude.
Update about that, Mick?
What's that?
Did we get an update?
Well,
about it?
I know today he had to cancel his show. But let's just take a moment here on the show. And our Shannon, listen, man, thank you for calling in, brother. Thank you for bringing Rambo up. You are a patriot. God bless America. And thanks, man. Appreciate it, bro.
All right, man. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you kindly.
Let's take a moment here and just collectively just send some vibes for Rambo.
Absolutely.
You want to talk about a special forces kind of guy, dude. He is in the trenches every day so that you and I can come in here and shine like little prima donnas.
I know.
So, my friend, we are with you. Whatever you need, you got. You don't even have to ask, bro. You know that. Just say it, and we're all here.
Send some love to Rambo and his son.
I want everybody just put a heart in the chat room right now, and that'll go out to Rambo. That'll be our message to the Lord above to spread some good news and cheer for him. So, Rambo, we love you, dude. And he was in the room earlier to say that he wouldn't be on today, but we love him, and you know what I'm saying, everybody.
Let's check back in with Maple here. See if Maple, you with us?
I'm here, I think. Can you hear me?
Maple Maga, what's happening?
Where are you
What's
from,
up,
Maple?
guys?
How you doing, man?
I was having some audio problems here with the StreamYard or something, man. I don't know what it is. It keeps cutting in and out.
No worries.
Can you hear us now?
You're from the Midwest.
Nope, from Canada.
Oh, from Canada. Okay.
That's the mid-north.
I was close with the accent.
The northeast.
Yeah, I always call Canada the mid-north.
Right on.
By the way,
hack tip to you guys, man. You guys are, like the guy said before there, you are going to bridge the gap. There's no way you're going to be able to take a normie, send them a link to an ab show or a Rambo show.
Yeah, they'll never
They'll just fall right back to sleep.
Sure.
Because they wouldn't understand what's going on, you know?
I do, man. And let me tell
with
you
all the comms and stuff, but you guys are going to bridge the gap good for them.
Thank you.
Get everyone warmed up for the heavy stuff.
Well, we're lucky we got some of the best teachers in the business here, schooling us. So, you know, we'll get up to speed, and hopefully they learn along with us on our journey, you know?
For sure.
Mind watching us learn.
But I think the Q movement is starting to move into Canada a lot. I noticed a lot of people in the chat are from Canada, a lot of Canadians listening.
Well, start spelling Canada with a Q instead of a C. It'll work, I promise, dude. It'll spread the word quick.
Right? No doubt.
Hey, Maple, thank you, man. Listen, I've always loved Canada. I've always enjoyed the people I've met from Canada. The whole world's living in crazy times, but let's not forget that no matter where you are in the world, we still understand each other, and we're the same, and we have to figure out how to get rid of these scumbags. That's it.
Absolutely.
All right, brother. Take care, man.
Okay. Cheers.
See you, buddy. I love that Canadian accent, by the way. It sneaks in
Yeah,
there,
I almost thought
words.
it was Midwest at first.
And a little bit Amish.
Yeah.
Like it had a little bit of, you know. By the way, if you haven't followed Rambo and you found us before him, it's a miracle. But if you haven't, listen, there's a whole community underneath of us that makes all of this make sense. So follow Rambo and friends.
Dave, News Treason.
KDD, if you're in the room still, put everybody's follows up on Rumble, everything. Put a way to get a hold of this whole movement. Somebody start listing them, guys. Listen, Matt and I, when it comes to ego, we left our ego at Hammerjacks in 1993. There is nothing that we want more than to be successful for the right reasons. And so please, let's build this community. Speaking of community, Matt, we have some announcements.
We got the T-shirts, don't we?
Yeah. So if you guys
They're finally here,
listen, I'm telling you now that what we're doing is trying to build this community to normies, and Matt and I know how to do this shit. There is a way to get the word out, and you have to trust us in how we're doing it. This is what we do, and we're proud of it. So Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, so I want to show the color one first,
Yeah.
I think. You know, we've got the link down in the description for these, but this is the color community shirt. I think we're going to have a black one eventually too, but right now it's the white one.
And I want everybody to know something. I'm so pissed, but I want to say this now. The Q should have had 17 stars on it. I could not get it to fit in any way. So I'm going to try to keep work, but I wanted to get the shirt out. So just know that that was the effort. And you know that our heart's in the right place. So that's the color one, Matt. We also have, go ahead, throw that one up there. That's the black and white version. And we have a black one that is white. And the link is in there. There's also stuff in there that's there's what they put in that store. They put hoodies.
I think there's a hat in there too.
Well, there's an above the rabbit hole hat.
Ah.
But there's long sleeve tees, there's hoodies, whatever you guys want. Listen, we just appreciate it. Matt and I are still trying to figure out. We're going to give some of the proceeds to a cause that benefits the community. I'm trying to figure all this out. But anyway, please, everybody, start being confident in who you are. You no longer have to feel shame. You no longer have to feel weird. You're right. Know that. You're right.
Mary Drinks Beer says, we need to get some women's cuts.
They'll be up in a day or
shirts.
two. The women's cuts will be up in a day or two. Promise. Just wanted to get this out there. The lady V-necks are coming. Believe me. And it's a big V too, Matt. All the way. No, I'm kidding. Hey, we're still boys. Let's not forget that, right? Are we still allowed to be boys as we do this? The link is in our description. Matt, I don't know if you could copy and paste it into the chat room. I don't know if that would even work.
The link for the shirts?
Yeah. If we have a minute, we could do that. Yeah, we probably just froze for a second. You guys know the drill here. Matt's just grabbing it.
Hold on. I'm going to refresh this.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy. To those of you wondering, oh my God, there's no way. There's no way. Matt. Oh,
what?
Wait, that just came up again. I just thought we got another $300 donation. My brain almost exploded. I swear to God, it just popped up in the chat room again at the bottom. I guess it was a reminder to announce them.
Here we go.
But we already did. Go ahead and post that link.
All right, there's the link in the
Lady Tanks. I listen. Look at this. They want everything. There's the link. Go buy your shirts, everybody. I'll have ladies in this. I'll have more stuff. And Matt, we got to figure out. Like, I want to take a part of our proceeds, sincerely, and donate it to something.
Of course.
A percentage.
Well, look, we had all these ideas before, but then lots of people in the comments had all these ideas of why we should not donate.
I want, you know what?
Places.
So I'm going to ask the community.
Some good causes because
I want one.
We suggested first of all something for the kids.
Yep.
And we suggested that we do something for the kids' cancer. Who was it?
St. Jude's.
St. Jude's.
Yeah.
But then a couple of people were saying something about St. Jude's. I'm not sure what it was. I thought they were a great organization. I don't know, but we want it to be something you guys would be behind 100%, of course.
Matt, we're getting a question here, and you didn't. M Joseph 216 $rant. Is there an address to send you guys gifts? Also, would you be able to email your Above the Rabbit Hole logo so I can personalize something for you? And then their email. Can I tell you?
That's awesome.
If you would please, M Joseph 216, because it's hard for us to do this while the show's going on, and then after the show's over, you can't access the live chat anymore.
Yeah, email us.
So email us, please, at abovetherabbithole@gmail.com. And we would love to send you whatever it is that you need. Matt, this show is turning into something that I knew it was going to turn into, right? And I know how people that like do really weird drugs feel for the first time, because the high is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like what I'm feeling every day doing this show is beyond understandable.
Well, look, for over 30 years, we've been kind of sitting behind a microphone, right?
Yeah.
Doing what we do.
Yep.
But I don't know if there's been this type of enthusiasm to come in and sit behind the microphone that we've had in a long time for both of us. It's been a thrill, and we look forward to it. And every day we come in here, we're charged up to talk about whatever our topic is, and just getting the interaction from you guys is amazing too.
Yeah, they're saying donate it to Rambo. I'll call Rambo today. If Rambo needs something, that's what'll happen. Yeah, don't worry about that. If he needs help in that way to help his son, damn right we'll do it. But the point is, ongoing. I want to have a thing that everyone knows benefits our merch, benefits this cause, and we'll go through it. We'll absolutely do this.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to be a part of it.
And look, tomorrow's show is going to be the fun show. So, we decided that our Fridays, at least for the time being, are going to be a mental health day for us. So it's just fun. We do our reaction show.
Yep.
So that's just where we kick back and look at goofy videos and pictures and fun stuff, interesting stuff, and just laugh about it and have a good time. And it's been a blast so far. So hope you'll join us for that tomorrow.
We got any
12 p.m.
callers?
East.
Any callers on Matt? I just don't want to leave them hanging too long.
Let's check in with Dave from Georgia.
That's
Dave,
our man Dave again.
How
What's
are you,
up,
my
Big
friend?
Dave?
Love you, man. Love you guys, man. I don't want to take up too much time, but Mick, after talking to you yesterday, I've been saying this to my friends who are part of the community, that I felt a definite connection with you the first time I saw you on Rambo. And I told my wife, I said, you know what? This may sound crazy, and he may be a little leery of this, but Mick, if you ever want to come to South Georgia, okay, I'll pay your way. I'd love to sit with you off the air and just shred our brains and talk about everything.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, I don't know how to respond to that in real time, live on a show.
No, it's okay.
Let me say
I have your Gmail address, and if anything, I'll send you my phone number and we could chat. But I love you guys, and I just feel a direct connection to you. I don't know if it's the Baltimore thing.
You want to know what it really is, Dave? I believe it's sincerity, it is humility, and it is honesty. I think it's what most people really lack in their life, is somebody to sit in front of them and go, I get it. I'm a fuck up. I'm trying my hardest. Like, I'm a good person. The whole system is against me. Give me a freaking break here. Like, I think, I'll admit my shortcomings. I have a temper when I'm emotionally upset. I adore women, and they drive me crazy at the same time.
Well, listen, a couple of things we have in common. I grew up in the projects.
Yeah.
I don't see color. I have a mixed family. I have some Indian blood in me.
Yeah.
But I was looking at the video yesterday showing my wife again, and I said, I look like freaking Robert De Niro, man. What the hell's going on here?
You got to get that. You got to get that face down, man. That's where you got to get down.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
But no, I'll tell you, man. Really, in all sincerity, you're welcome here. We have an extra room. We're not weirdos. We're patriots.
This is how you get murdered, Mick.
I know. This is
Just
how
kidding,
my
Dave.
documentary.
Just kidding, Dave.
This is where my documentary goes left. He was doing great. The community was behind him. And then Dave invited him to Georgia.
Hey, why are you gay?
Hey, Dave, we love
you.
All
right, man.
Listen,
love you, man.
I'm telling you, in the not so distant future, Matt and I pray that the community can do this. We want to hold a big get together in Maryland. We're going to have a show. We're going to have music. We're going to do things the way Matt and I know how to do it, and bring this community into reality so that the rest of the world knows this is who these people are. It's not the bullshit you've been reading. It's not the lies they've been telling you. So Matt and I just have the balls to go, okay, you're going to tell us we can't talk, we can't get together. We're just going to talk and get together, and all of you can go after yourselves. Do something about it.
I'll just leave you with this thought. When Trump came down the elevator, a lot of people thought it was a joke. We already heard all that. As soon as I saw him, I looked at my wife and I said, he's the next president.
I said the same thing to Shannon at that time.
The thing is, too, though, one of the things that we have to look at is how he was adored, The Apprentice, red carpet delivery when he came. Everybody was kissing his feet. A lot of people don't know that he gave money to both sides, both parties, which the other party. But when he announced it, it was amazing how everybody turned on him. And that was the cue right there. I said, no pun intended. I said to my wife, why the hate? That should provoke thought. All of a sudden, he's not the loved guy from The Apprentice. So it came down to this. He had the goods. He must have known. He must have been picked. If you go back and look at all of the clips, whether it was Oprah, Dick Cavett, Donahue, all the shows he was on, The Tonight Show, they would ask him, are you going to run for president? He goes, well, it's not time yet. So everything came to fruition, and I think there is a big plan here. I think it goes back to Abraham Lincoln, myself.
Yeah.
And this is biblical. You know, these people that we're calling evil, they are evil. They talk like us, they look like us, but they ain't us.
Dave, you just hit onto something that I find an interesting way to explain it to people. When you say that it's been evil all along, they go, well, people change. And it's because what people don't realize is it's an ideology. It is a way you educate people so that you're sure there is a vast majority and a huge pool of evil-minded people that you can prop up in any position. You're all on the same team. That's why I say when the primaries are done in any election in this country for the last 60 years, both parties have already been approved by the powers that be.
Oh, absolutely.
It does not matter. Then all of a sudden an outlier comes in, Trump, and both parties go, what are we going to do? This dude's going to win. We got to get rid of him. We can't control him. So that's all this is. It was a moment. And think whatever you want about Trump, people. Think whatever you want. Here's what I'm saying. He represents change from evil, corporate, bad player operators.
He's literally battling the deep state.
He's emptying the swamp.
Well, here's the thing. When he was running, a lot of people were doing that red blue thing. I'm an independent. I've been an independent for a long time. I was raised Democrat, Democrat. But I told people, I go, listen, the only reason why Trump ran as a Republican is because, you need the electoral votes. He is not a Republican or a Democrat. He's a nationalist.
Correct.
He's a nationalist. He did what he had to do to get elected. But, peace out. I love you guys. And Mick,
thank you, Dave.
That invitation stays.
Email me your info, your phone number. I'll give you all that shit.
Thank you, my man.
All right, buddy. Take it easy.
And he's right. I mean, we are too. We're not Democrat, Republican. We're American. I think we both consider. We got to say a thank you to Trisha D220, $1. Rambo has great need for court and doctors. Also, outside of that, for future donations. And I was going to bring this up. I didn't know this was Mary Flynn's organization. I thought it was Michael's, but it is America First. And I think it's americafirst.com.
Okay.
Or is it .org?
I don't know.
One of the two. Yeah, but you can go and check out the Flynn's website right now as well. Good call. Thanks for bringing that up.
Matt, I realized Dave said something to me. And by the way, Dave, you're watching now. I know. I didn't respond to you properly when you asked me to come down there and just so you could talk to me. That's heavy as shit, man. And I hope you understand that this is so overwhelming for Matt and I. Total strangers, to feel like family, to trust us, to understand that we are all on the same team. Please be gracious and patient with Matt and I as we figure out how within a month we have gotten to where we've gotten in a movement that was years ahead of us. I almost at times, Matt, I feel like they're going to figure us out, dude. They're going to figure out. Like, we don't know what we're doing other than being sincere. No one's ever tried to do this before, what we're attempting to do, which is bridge this gap between righteousness and the people that have been lied to their whole lives, who you have to understand have been conditioned to fight you. What I'm attempting to do is remove the brainwashing, to open up people to say, shit, they lied to me. See, that's what people got to remember. You can't hate the enemy except for the top of it. The enemy was brainwashed, right? In World War II, we went into countries that we were destroying. And when the citizens saw us, they lined the streets welcoming us. They were lied to. This entire Democratic Party and some of the Republican Party are just liars. They're flat out liars. And if you just say it like that it's not anybody's fault except the people that freaking lied. It's not your fault for believing a lie. You didn't have anywhere to go to contest it until now. Now you can contest the lies. So that's all this is. And then watch who hates us because of truth. That is always clear to find out who is evil, is present them with truth, then watch their reaction. Right? Am I way off here, Matt?
I think you hit it right on the head, man.
Yeah. You know, I don't know what else to say. Buy a shirt. Like, I don't know. We'll help Rambo out. Like, man, Matt, it's an hour and a half into the show and it feels like 10 minutes has gone by.
I know, buddy.
It is so wild. Let's get back to Michael Flynn, Matt, because we're talking about patriots. We're talking about lies. We're talking about not blaming people who were lied to. But what I really believe are guys like this are seriously going in history books. They are. They're going in history books. We may not see it in our lifetime, but smarter people than us will know what these men and women really did.
I mean, you look back at the people they even killed in the past who were seen as traitors. They were called traitors at the time, or people that were shaking things up, and we love them now. You know, probably a bunch of examples we could pull up.
People look at this and they laugh, right? And they go, "Oh, he's mocking it." But this whole audience knows I'm not. I'm literally signaling right now that not only am I drinking the Q juice, I'm living on it, because they've just shown me that everybody else I ever listened to was full of shit. I'm just going to drink the truth juice, whatever. This whole thing is a psyop, Matt, right? For our generation, Gen X, right, brother? The baddest generation that ever lived. And I know, I'm sending it to you. We're going to do it. But listen, Matt, we are here. The moment is now. And I'm ready, dude. And I know you are too. And these people are going to make it all possible. And I can't wait. I cannot wait for what's about to come, because I think it's just good. We're going to face some evil ahead, sure. But I think we're going to be bound together. I think these men and women did it. I think they saved the country. I do.
I sure hope so, man, because it's, with all the information, especially that we've received in the last week, it's like, where do we go from here? What's going to happen now? There's a lot of people that seem to think it's already all been taken care of. And I sure hope that's the case.
Did we put they're asking, did we put the merch link in the chat room?
Yep.
Okay, so it probably is so far up now. Did we pin it?
No.
Yeah, we probably should have pinned it. But anyway, Matt, let's do this, man, if you don't mind. Let's, do you have any more we need to hear from General Flynn?
Nope.
Okay.
All good.
Then let's talk about this part, Matt. Everything you've learned so far, I mean, clearly I'm a little more down the pathway than you, but is there anything you're questioning that's like, oh, man, I don't know, like anything holding you back that you want to talk about?
What do you mean that's holding me back regarding what?
Just like that you're still like resistant to is there anything you've heard and learned that you're just like, I don't know. I don't know.
No, I mean, where I'm finding myself right now is, in the beginning, I was open to all this information and listening to everything that everybody had to say. And, over our past few Mondays and just our conversations that we've had with all these guys, even outside the show, they're making a lot of sense. And it's raised more questions for me. And I think that's where I am right now. I'm seeking more information.
I just pinned one of God's Dutch Warrior posted our merch link for us, and I pinned it.
Yep.
So anybody interested? No, Matt, you're right, man. Is there a level of sadness in you with this as well?
Yeah.
It's a lot, right?
Yeah. I mean, listen, when you really, you could hear it. You could hear the words, right?
Yeah.
Like what's going on within, there's a coup within our government. There are a cabal of Satanist people who are trafficking children and eating babies. You could hear those words and go, yeah, that's bad and that's horrible. It's horrific. But like when you really think about it and process it and think about what that actually all means, I mean, it's horrifying. It's terrifying. And it's no wonder that, people, who they call normies, some of them anyway, are shutting down when they hear this information. They want to dismiss it.
Yeah.
Or they just completely shut down and go about their lives.
Hey, Rambo, come on the show for a second if you can, bro. Matt, can you pin the call in part again? Joe, come in. I'm going to put the link in the room, bro. Just jump on.
It looks like it's already pinned.
Joe, if you could see it up top, we pinned the link to join the show. Come in for a minute if you can, dude. I really believe that what we're talking about is these are the things that I think the normie world wants to know. Because these are, see, the little micro things, all the different rabbit holes are amazing. But when you find a story or a character, he can't right now. He's on the phone with doctors. Thanks, buddy. But when you put it all together, Matt, you realize that guys like the Mike Flynn story, inside of that story tells 40 other stories. So what I think I'm finally figuring out is the things to grab and present to the public so that they can go, whoa, what? Well, how could that happen? And you go, well, here's how it happened. This happened next. And they go, really? You go, yep. And they go, well, how did that happen? You go, well, because this guy right here with this document said this. And once you get people something to catch their attention and you can entertain, or you can entertainingly show them how it actually is true, the world changes like that.
Yeah.
Like that, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to be different paths for different people. I think some people are going to need bite-sized little chunks that we're hopefully going to give to them and be able to point them in the right direction.
Yeah.
And then some people are going to want the, as they call it, zero to adrenochrome, which is what I feel like. I feel like I'm one of those people that just wants to hear all of it. But I still feel like I'm kind of on the fringes of everything, trying to understand the bigger. I've got the big picture right now, but I don't have all the connections yet, and that's kind of what I'm looking for.
Well, Matt, do you think that maybe the connections are the enemy? What I mean by that is the information's enemy. For everybody that has a unique thing that drives them crazy, whether it's adrenochrome or the Vatican or the pyramids or Bigfoot, all of us in this world that realize we don't know the truth about anything, we have to identify and prosecute the systems. Once the systems are easy to understand, then you can use those systems in any of these rabbit holes. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's those little bite-sized pieces though that send you on this journey. Of
course.
Of what else is going on? What else is wrong? How does this connect to this? And that's kind of what I mean by connections. Just finding out how big this thing is, right?
Yep. And you know what, dude? They used entertainment, marketing, TV, news, all of that to spread their lies, right? Well, here you and I are. We know how to do the exact same thing, but let's do it with truth. Let's entertain people, right? Let's do a show. What I want to do next is take Above the Rabbit Hole and all these other anons and interesting personalities and do a Gutfeld type thing weekly, where once a week we do a funny sort of roundtable where you and I just we run it, but we just bring up topics and we let everybody else laugh and joke, and we do it in a fun way. And we show videos and we say, look, there you go. Here's the document. Yeah. Why isn't the world paying attention? And it's through that kind of thinking that listen, the whole world gets their news on TikTok, on Facebook, on Rumble. So let's play the game there. Let's do exactly what they're doing our way. Right?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah. Dude, Matt, we have every tool we need, dude. Every tool but money. This is not a simple thing to wage. I mean, that's the thing. Doing shows like this, and you know it, Matt, we're going to have, we have a theater. Like dude, I don't want to give too much away, but.
Happy to hear this, though. Rambo says he's home. He's a fighter. So am I. It's time to fight. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, and Rambo, dude, you know we're with you. Matt and I will jump on a plane today if you need. I mean, somebody's going to have to buy us the tickets, but we will go. That's a fact. Be there for you, whatever you need. I'll walk if I have to, but I'll get there about May, probably. It would take me till May to get there. especially in the cold. All right, buddy. Rambo not doing a show today, so we don't have to stay till 2 and raid. That's not why we stay till 2. But, Matt, is there anything else you want to cover today, buddy?
Not regarding General Flynn. I mean, I'm going to be checking out the book. And in addition, you can check out the website as well if you want to see what he's up to today, which is America First.
Yeah.
Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go check that out. Also, if you are following us on Rumble right now, would you go over and follow us on X? Vice
Please,
versa.
everybody.
If you're on X, come over and follow us on Rumble, please.
And please, people, start sharing this show more. Start if you know how to clip it yourself. If you found something you thought was funny and you want to put a little piece out, listen. Have fun with us, man, and help us spread the word. Matt, tomorrow.
Yeah, excited about tomorrow's show.
Feel Good Friday, baby.
Yeah, Mickey and Matt react tomorrow, 12 p.m. East. Come on, let loose, have a good laugh, let out some stress. It's our mental health day, so join us for that.
Matt, one other thing before we say goodbye. I just want to recap this at the end. If you can, please go help Rambo right now. True warrior that is fighting a little bit of personal stuff, and he needs us, so we're there for him. Number one. Number two, if you want the shirts, and pay attention to that store. We'll mention it again tomorrow. There will be ladies' items in there. They'll be above the rabbit hole stuff, and we will find the right place to share with this to help us move forward here. Listen, you guys are amazing. Without you, we don't exist, and we keep existing because of you. So, wow, did that sound like a network bullshit line? See you guys tomorrow at noon. Love you guys.